What is going on, everybody in Max Squad? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be doing a speed test between the Moto G Power and the Galaxy A10e. Stay tuned. On the intro of this video here, we're going to be having the Moto G Power going up against the Galaxy A10e. And to get things started here with this speed test, I want to discuss the specifications on paper for each device. Now with the Moto G Power, we have the Snapdragon 665, which is an octa-core CPU clocked at 2 GHz with the Adreno 610 for the GPU. The device also has 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of internal storage. And out of the box, you're going to be running Android 10 with security patch of February 1st, 2020. Now with the Galaxy A10e on the right side here, we have an octa-core chipset as well. It's an Exynos CPU from Samsung. I'm just not sure of the exact model number, but you can see it has 2 clusters or 2 cores that are clocked at 1.56 gigahertz and the other 6 are clocked at 1.35. So not all the same frequency, but still octa-core, can't be too upset. For the GPU, you have the Mali G71. Now this device is going to have 2 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of internal storage. And yes, you do see Exynos 7885, but I'm pretty sure it's not that CPU. And this device is going to be running Android 9 with security patch of January 1st, 2020. So as you saw there with the specifications on paper, the Moto G Power has 2 more gigs of RAM, double the internal storage, an even more powerful CPU than what's in the Galaxy A10e. The device itself is just all around better as far as specifications on paper. So as of right now, we have to give this one to the Moto G Power with a score of 1 and the Galaxy A10e having a score of 0. Let's get to the next part. So with this next part of the speed test here, what we're going to be doing is the app opening and RAM test. And so basically what that is just opening up the same application on each device to see which opens the application faster. And after I get done with that part, what I do is test the RAM to see which device can hold the applications that I opened better in the background. The first app is going to be Play Store. So 3, 2, 1. That goes to the Moto G Power. The next app is going to be YouTube. So 3, 2, 1. That goes to the Moto G Power. The next application I'm going to open up here is Amazon. So 3, 2, 1. That goes to the Moto G Power. The next application we're going to open up here is Best Buy. So 3, 2, 1. It goes to the Moto G Power. The next application we're going to open up here is Facebook. So 3, 2, 1. That goes to the Moto G Power. The next application we're going to open up here is Instagram. So 3, 2, 1. It goes to the Moto G Power. The next application we're going to open up here is Reddit. So 3, 2, 1. That goes to the Moto G Power. And the last application we're going to open up here is Spotify. So 3, 2, 1. It goes to the Moto G Power. So as you saw there with the app opening part of the speed test, the Moto G Power opened up every single application faster than the Galaxy A10e. Even though the Galaxy A10e is not a slouch at all, the phone is pretty powerful. It's just not as powerful as the Moto G Power. So now let's go ahead and test the RAM to see if the Moto G Power can get embarrassed. Play Store, held by the G Power. YouTube, held by the G Power. Amazon, held by the G Power. Best Buy, held by the G Power. Facebook, held by the G Power. Instagram, held by the G Power. Reddit, held by the G Power. And Spotify, held by both. So as you saw there with the brand management part of the speed test here, the Moto G Power held every single application that I opened on it in the background, while the Galaxy A10e only held Spotify. So with the Moto G7 Power opening up every single application faster than the Galaxy A10e and also holding it better in the background with the RAM, the Galaxy A10e was completely destroyed by the Moto G Power as far as opening up applications, managing them in the background with the RAM. Just complete embarrassment. As of right now, the Moto G Power has 2 and the Galaxy A10e has 0. Let's get to the next part. Now for this next part of the speed test here, what we're going to be discussing are the Geekbench numbers and the A10e benchmark numbers. Now with these particular phones, as of right now, to make it even, I did install Geekbench 4 on each device because I was not able to get Geekbench 5 on the Galaxy A10e. But as you can see with the Moto G Power, we got a single core score of 1,500 and a multi-core score of 5,562. While on the Galaxy A10e, we got a single core score of 1,166 and a multi-core score of 3,535. So as you can see, we got about almost a 400-point difference on the single core performance between the G Power and the Galaxy A10e, and about a 2,000-point difference on the multi-core performance. So clearly, the Galaxy A10e was no match here. So I'd like to go ahead and apologize right now. Unfortunately, with the Galaxy A10e, I wasn't able to get the A10e benchmark installed on the device, so I'm not able to provide those numbers for you in this part of the speed test video here, but I do have the Moto G Power next to it with a score of 166,325. And I can go ahead and let you know right now, you can check some of my older Galaxy A10e videos, that the Galaxy A10e didn't get anything around that particular number there. So trust me when I say that. The Moto G Power is gonna have to take this W here again. So in a real world test, when there's 5 different categories and one of those parties wins 3 of those 5, you automatically win the contest. But for the sake of entertainment here, we're going to continue. I want to see if the Moto G Power can get its first shutout. As of right now, we got 3 for the Moto G Power and 0 for the Galaxy A10e. Will this be a shutout? So with this next part of the speed test here, what we're going to be doing is the application install test. Now, obviously, with each device having different size screens, that does matter. And so one app may be a little bit bigger than the other, but for the sake of entertainment, let's go ahead and find out which one can actually win. The applications that we're going to install are going to be some of the top applications from the Play Store here. As you can see, we got 1, 2, and 5 there, which are going to be Zoom, TikTok, and Wish. Let's see if we can make those our 3, with the first application being Zoom. Now keep in mind here, if one phone or one device ends up installing 2 of the 3 applications faster than the other, they automatically win this part of the speed test. We're going to install this in 3, 2, 1. All right, the Moto G Power is off in the lead here. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the Galaxy A10e can come back and take this W. I don't know, let's see. Looks like we got the G Power installing, and here goes the installing of the A10e now. Galaxy phones are usually pretty fast with installing, so let's see what happens. Oh, that goes to the Moto G Power. Now the next application I'm going to install here is TikTok. 3, 2, 1. Let's see who wins this one here. It's a pretty big app on both phones, 59 and 55. And the Moto G Power is off, but the Galaxy A10e looks like it's installing and the G Power is just stagnant. I don't know what's going on here. And the Moto G Power installed that faster. The A10e is still installing. Oh man. Let's just wait for it to finish to be respectful. Finally, the Galaxy A10e finished installing. Ding, 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 ding. So as you saw there with the app installation part of the speed test here, the Galaxy A10e, it got off on a strong start in that second application, but it just took a long time to install it there. And the Moto G Power ended up coming back from behind. So one of those come from behind victories, but a victory is a victory. And as of right now, the Moto G Power has 4 and the Galaxy A10e has 0. Let's get to the final part of the speed test and see if the G Power can actually get the shutout. So with this final part of the speed test here, what we're going to be doing is just simply turning the phones off and turning it back on, or a restart test. Now in this case here, I'm able to do a restart because a couple speed test videos ago, I did one with an iPhone and I didn't have a restart button, which I kind of forgot about. But as of right now, we got the G Power on the left and the Galaxy A10e on the right. Let's see which device can power off and power back on faster. If I got to guess here, I'm gonna say the Galaxy A10e. I'm not sure if the G Power can pull through here because it does boot up slow, but let's go ahead and find out. Underway in 3, 2, 1. And the Galaxy A10e powered on first. No shout out for the G Power. So as you saw there with that speed test video between the Galaxy A10e and the Moto G Power here, when things first started off, as far as the paper test, I knew for sure that the Galaxy A10e had no chance on paper. The first 3 tests really were like pretty much a write-off or almost like a buy for the Moto G Power, because on paper it's much better than the Galaxy A10e. Opening up applications, as you saw in the video, was a breeze. RAM management was a breeze. The Galaxy A10e actually had a lot of trouble when it came to managing the applications in the background. And I'm thinking this is because it's a symptom of it having 2 gigs of RAM, but I got other devices that have the same amount of RAM that doesn't have as bad as issues as this one did in this video here. Now, with the third part of the speed test, which is the Geekbench and the 2.2 benchmark numbers, I was able to install Geekbench 4 on each device. And as you saw, the difference between the numbers were huge. You got 2,000 point difference on the multi-core and a 400 point difference on the single core. So when you have numbers like that, there's no question that one device is powerful or more faster than the other. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the A10e benchmark installed on the Galaxy A10e, but I did have it on this one here, the Moto G Power, and that score was around 166,000. And I can promise you that the Galaxy A10e never had close to that number. So it was an easy W once again for the Moto G Power. Now the Moto G Power does have some Achilles heels here. Now by the time you see this video, you will probably have already seen the G Power going up against the G7 Power, going up against the Galaxy A20. You have already seen when it comes to installing applications and powering the G Power on and off, that's where the device suffers the most. Now in this particular case here, going up against the Galaxy A10e, it actually ended up installing both applications faster than the A10e here. The G Power ended up taking that W. But on the last speed test here, which is definitely one of the major Achilles heels, this is like a major problem. Not a problem, but just something that's kind of weird about it. The G Power takes forever to reboot. So when it came to that part of the speed test, the Galaxy A10e took that with a breeze. I mean, it powered on and even went back to the lock screen before the G Power was ever even able to cut back on. But overall, the G Power did take this W here. 4-1 is still a victory in my book, and the Galaxy A10e is clearly not as fast as the G Power. Let me know in the comment section below, which device did you think was going to win? Did you think it was going to be the Moto G Power? Did you think it was going to be the Galaxy A10e? I knew deep down that it was going to be the Moto G Power because it was clearly the better phone. But at the same time, I thought the Galaxy A10e would be able to keep up with it a little bit better, but I was wrong. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future coverage on the Moto G Power. And also like this video because that does help the channel grow. But there's one more thing I need from you, Max Squad, and this is just off the strength here. Share this video with your friends and family and let them know that not all Android cameras suck. It is just not true. But until then, my name is Max Rock. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day, y'all. Deuces.